Okay, so to quickly summarize your next module for the term, there will be weekly updates of your core texts on Moodle, a class related to that reading each week, and at the end, a portfolio of your essays with Harvard referencing. There will also be a literature list of texts you might find useful for your arguments, and if any more are found, they'll be added to the list. If you have any questions later on, you can contact Chris, who helped with curating the module. Only email me for emergencies. Any questions? Yes.
When will we get our marks for our last assignment?
So you'll get your marks and feedback in the next couple of weeks, but I will say there were some great topics and discussions raised, and I have found interesting articles for a lot of you to expand your knowledge on the subject. I'll email them to you throughout the week, so keep an eye out for that. Any more questions? Okay, that's it for today. The first core text is already uploaded, so give it a read and we'll discuss it tomorrow. Failing to do so results in falling behind, so study hard. Oh, not you. I need to speak with you for a few minutes. It's about your recent submission. Well, actually, all of your submissions over the course of the years. They're concerning. I haven't mentioned this to the other tutors because of the sensitivity of the issue. Your interpretation of each material is rather refreshing, but they all seem to revolve around the same subject. Now, for your first submission, you were asked to analyze a chosen text from the 12th century in relation to a sociological context in which it was written. Most students chose Lancelot, Percival, the Tale of Igor's Campaign, but you chose the Letters of Abelard and Heloise. A notable piece, but the direction you went, suffice to say, I remember it well. You made some great arguments and backed them up using examples of such forbidden relationships during that time, which is what was asked of you. Your second submission, was about the dynamics of controversial relationships in fictional literature and how they have advanced over the centuries. And starting with the Letters of Abelard was a wise decision to set the foundation for your argument. That is all fine. But the work you submitted before the Christmas holidays was, well, intriguing to say the least. These papers are purely academic, and personal accounts are not evidence. But you know that already. And you knew I couldn't officially grade your paper until we had this conversation. You're lucky it wasn't seen by one of the other tutors, or my job would be on the line. Let me see if I can find it. Quote, in the given examples, the boundaries of this relationship acts as a tether between teacher and student, but when compared to a setting of higher education, the tension is more tantalizing, particularly when I consider my attraction for my literature professor, unquote. Care to explain? No? Well, after reading that in your now not so subtle hints, I looked through your attendance record and noticed that the only classes you attend fully are mine. You always sit where I can see you. You engage from time to time, but mostly you're silent. And I thought that was just how you were, like a lot of the other students. Imagine my feigned surprise when I found out you also signed up to all of my lectures outside of the course as well. A remarkable show of eagerness to study. On the surface. So, tell me, what were you hoping to gain from potentially throwing away all of your hard work? I'll admit, I'm impressed by your perseverance. No one would be cunning enough to do that just to get my attention. You've been gauging me, have you? Well, there's no use lying. I do watch you on occasion, but I can never do so for long because I don't want to hint at any favoritism, and your classmates are just as observant as you are. Though, They're not as interesting nor as attractive. You're right, there's something about you that draws me in. But I've also noticed that some of your peers are the same. What, I should be thankful that your attention is on me and not them? Do you want me to say I'm honored? Still, it wouldn't be right to act on this. This is my second year as a professor, and there's no gain in getting my license revoked indefinitely just because I couldn't help myself. I closed the door so he wouldn't get interrupted. The conversation, not anything planned with you. Why? That's what you were hoping for, wasn't it? Could you feel my gaze? And now you're trying to push your luck. You've wanted me since you started. I wonder what was going through your head when I had those independent tutorials with you. Now that I think about it, you hung on to my every word. I thought it was simply your work ethic, but we both know why. Were you dreaming of this? Of being against my desk in a room you and your classmates frequent? Is this what you imagined when you sat back there? What? You've been waiting for this, and now you're tongue-tied? I'll loosen it for you. The forbiddenness of a fruit makes even the taste of a lemon sweet. I have you right in front of me, and here I am reciting literature. Oh, was one kiss too much for you to handle? Maybe you didn't think this would happen after all. The details in your assignments were justified, but it makes me wonder if those were hints as well. If that's the case, this is nothing compared. You really have no idea what you're doing, do you? You're brave enough to write what you did, but not enough to show your zeal. I expected more of you. Why'd you look so concerned? You were so forward, but now? You look like you've been caught for doing something you shouldn't be doing. Which you shouldn't have been doing. Neither should I, but... They won't hear or see us. I'd be in quite the predicament if they did. Look for yourself. Go on. A little more. You can see them, right? How does it feel looking at a peer while you're holding on to me like this? And I'm indulging in your neck. You're almost trembling. It's quite cute, actually. So while I have you, I want you to tremble more for me. Don't be shy now. Let me hear your voice a little. Just as I thought. It has a beautiful tone to it. Restrained, but you like it. Now you're worried about my next class? I have about 20 minutes. What could we do in that time, I wonder? I definitely have some I'll never be able to look at you the same again after this. Oh, this desk. Every time I stand here, I'll just imagine the look you have on your face right now. Does it feel that good to kiss me? Well, that's all you're getting. If you think something will come from this, you're mistaken. This was purely an overflow of desire. Nothing more. I expect you to amend your assignment accordingly, and I'll give you a week to do so. If you want me to indulge your fantasies again, it would be best to come to my office for a more private setting. Oh, wait. Your shirt was a little crooked. Apologies. Submit your assignment in person. And be prepared. I won't hold back the marks I give you.